Hey y'all, it's Kim. So I'm trying to get through this last little bit of these documents. Anyway, this is the Jeffrey Epstein grand jury trial or testimony from 2006. There's a new witness coming up on the stand or whatever in the hot seat. That's Jensen Ross. I don't know if he's like a detective, but anyway, it's going to tell us in just a minute. And then this is Miss Bella Lavick, I guess you could say. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. I do. Examination by Miss Bella Lavick. Can you introduce yourself, Mr. Ross? Yes, my name is Jensen Ross. The chief investigator with the state attorney office in Palm Beach County. How long have you been in that position? I've been the chief investigator for 3 years, and I've been employed by the state attorney's office for approximately 13 years. And what did you do before that? I worked for the West Palm Beach Police Department from 1970 something until 1993 when I started with the state attorney's office. You've reviewed some documents regarding several witnesses in this case. Yes, ma'am. Okay. I want to take you back to Redacted. Redacted was testifying about some drug use. Isn't it, in fact, they're a police isn't in fact there a police report regarding drinking and drug use by Redacted? There's a police incident report from Redacted Sheriff Department in Redacted. Okay, and in that case, there was some boys drinking, but I never indicate she was drinking. I believe so. Yes, ma'am. Okay, she was caught with the boys and they were drinking. Okay, is there another? I believe it's Exhibit A that you reviewed. Yes, ma'am. Did Redacted disappear from her home that caused concern to her mother? Yes. Her mother reported her as missing to the police and was, I guess, redacted. Where did her mother think she was? She was in an unknown drug area, she believed, when they finally located her. I guess a day after she took off. Yes. Did she indicate that she had been drinking and doing drugs that previous night? She had stated she had been drinking and doing drugs the night before, and she got scared and called her parents. Okay, there are police reports from redacted activity and redacted. I'm going to refer you to Exhibit C. Yes, ma'am. On March 31st of 2006, was there police report regarding redacted? Yes, ma'am. She was reported as missing on that day also. Okay, but it was her father who reported her missing. That's correct. Did you say how long she had been gone? Out the night before and then came back at 5:30. I believe that's what it was. In the morning. Yes, I believe so. Yes, ma'am. And how did she or her sister come home in the morning to get into the house? They had returned and were inside the residence when the police arrived, and they were packing their clothes and they were going to move out of the residence. Okay. Were observations made as to she and her sister's physical demeanor at the time? There was indications that they had been doing alcohol and drugs. And I believe the father had also reported that when they were dropped off, that he believed the person that dropped them off was a young drug dealer from the area. And were they taken to school? And did they have to come pick redacted up from school? Yes. They were taken back to school, and then they received a police call from the school security, the policeman that's assigned to the school, and asked that they come retrieve her because she appeared to be intoxicated at the time. And there was actually a witness that testified about redacted taking 2.5 Xanax bars. What is that? Anyway, I believe yes, that's what it was on the 31st of March. And Xanax is a controlled substance. Yes, ma'am. And it would be a felony to possess that. Yes, ma'am. If you are caught with it, did not have a prescription or anything, you could be arrested and charged with a felony. Okay. You reviewed Redacted's MySpace account or myspace.com? Yes. Website information, yes, I have looked at it. Does she represent her age on there? I believe there were four different occasions. On March the 5th, she reported her age is 18. On the same date, in another entry, she reported her age is 17. On March the 28th of 2006, she reports her age as being 16. And then again on April the 5th, she reports her age as being 15. And on there, does she also talk about doing drugs and drinking alcohol? Yes, ma'am, she does. What about shoplifting? Does she report she's ever shoplifted? She admits to that. Lots of shoplifting, that specific. Her web name, what does she have as her web name on the website? Exhibit H, I believe. I believe it's called Redacted. And does her website also include pictures of her in skimpy attire, drinking alcohol, and sexually provocative photos? Yes, ma'am. I'm going to show you these photos. Are these photos of Redacted that were on her website? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Redacted. Has Redacted been arrested? Yes, ma'am. When was that arrest? September the 15th of 2005. She has charges filed against her for possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. And that was during the time that she was seeing Mr. Epstein. The suspects in this matter, or the suspect in this matter, I can't answer that. Okay, what about theft allegations? Has she admitted to stealing also? She was employed by Redacted, and in November of 2006, she was accused by her employer, and she admitted to it. She also had some MySpace.com website. Yes, or yes, ma'am. On there, does she go through and write out about a falsification of records and lies to people that she has done? Yes, that is included in some of the documents that I've reviewed. Exhibit C, could you read what she wrote on August 5th, 2005? Hey, wow, not living with my parents anymore is the shit. For all of you who are not aware, I moved to Redacted. So far, everything is going well. Well, and I'm getting along, not like everyone predicted. Oh, when you guys live together, all that time together will be horrible, and that's in quotations. The complete opposite, matter of fact. I went job hunting the second day that we were here, but all I did was get applications. The day after that, I was like, fucking fuck this, and I didn't turn them in. I just got so tired. Yesterday is when I took them. I ended up getting a job at Redacted. I only get paid $6.40 an hour, but hopefully that will change soon. I also get a discount at all the Redacted, and Redacted, I guess his stores. So I guess I like my boss so far. I mean, he only met me twice, but she's real cool. Okay. Redacted is trying to get a job at Redacted. He likes music, so I think it's going to fit for him, a good fit for him. I really hope he gets in. The boss guy called him back to set up an interview the day he came in with the application. I think that's a good sign. It starts at 4 p.m. He's at the mall right now. I got to call him and ask him how it went in a little while. It's only 3:45 right now. Oh, it was so funny. I used him as one of my references for my redacted, which I interpreted being redacted. And the lady called me back and told me that redacted gave me such an outstanding reference that she did not need to call anyone else back. He got me the job just like that. He made me sound so fucking good, so fucking great. I lied and said that he was the old store manager for Redacted. She bought it. There's a notation STR8. I don't know, straight. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what that makes reference to. No complaints from me. Okay, well, I gotta go smoke some resin, considering I have a limited supply of Mary J and have to conserve. I miss everyone back home. I love you guys. Don't forget about me. In Exhibit C, does she make references to being famous? There is, yes, she would like to be famous or known to be famous. And how does she indicate she would like to be famous? There's a notation on one of her blogs that she said she would like to meet Bill Clinton this week because someone, and this is in air quotes now, someone could be so famous for sucking his, I don't want to say that word. Anyway, that's how famous I could be, end of quotes. Okay, and then there's a lot of other stuff where she talks about accepted use of marijuana, referred to as weed, yes, right, and pictures on her website of her smoking and drinking beer, smoking weed and drinking beer. That's correct. Holding a bong type pipe, correct. Okay. Miss Bella any questions for Mr. Ross? Okay. A juror. When you refer to doing drugs, does that mean smoking dope? I mean, what does that mean? Drinking? I don't, how does it encompass? The witness, my interpretation is that either be smoking marijuana or doing hard drugs, cocaine or something like that. If it was drinking, I would refer to it as drinking alcohol. But when they refer to doing drugs, it's either smoking marijuana or talking a hard drug, such, that's what it says, talking a hard drug, and cocaine or something. Miss Bella, do you know what? Thank you, sir. Do you know what smoking resin means? The witness, I've not heard of that resin used before. That's something new to me. Other questions? Yes, ma'am. What was the date when she was talking about being famous? Do you know, Miss Bella? It's Exhibit D. Yeah, I'm going through that exhibit now to find the exact location. On the first page, login date 11/7/2005. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. The one girl who had moved to redacted, you mentioned that she had run away or was missing several times. Was that while she was here or after she moved to redacted that she was missing? Her parents didn't know where she was. The witness, that was in both redacted and in redacted. Do you typically find that teenagers that have MySpaces tend to tell the truth on those websites or tend to try to sound adventurous, or what is their accuracy to their statements? This would be a personal observation on my part, and I would say no. I would think it would be more than it wasn't the truth, or that wasn't the truth, and that's just my personal observation. I have no data to support that or not. That's just a personal observation. Yes, sir. Are there any kind of school reports, psychological reports, arrest records that would, indicate behavior like this from this girl from her early age? Those are the only police reports that I have, is the one from Georgia and the ones from Florida. If there's others, I haven't been made available to those. Okay. And the psychological reports, I wouldn't, the report, Palm Beach County Sheriff's report on redacted Exhibit C. Okay. Miss Bella, did they speak with her father? Second page of that report. And did he indicate redacted has been to a facility for drug use? There was a reference to redacted. I'm assuming that Miss Bella for drug use. The witness, yes, Miss Bella. And does it say that redacted has been using, as told by the father, using narcotics since the age of 14? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Since she was in the family sitter or drug rehab, whatever it was, how has her behavior been, or how has her behavior been, or what has her drug activity been? I have no direct knowledge of that. The most recent report is dated when? Palm Beach County report. Palm Beach County report is dated March 31st, 2006. And that she was back in Palm Beach County. Yes, because the incidents in redacted were all in November 2005 or January 2006. That's correct. When was she in the rehabilitation? What's the date that she was in? The witness. This was after, well, it's noted in the Palm Beach County report, the police report that she had been to redacted for drug treatment. So previous to her taking the Xanax bars, correct. But excuse me, but there's no exact date described in the report. So I guess it was going to ask in that last year of indiscernible since March, how has her behavior? Do you do you have knowledge of that, Mr. Ross? No, I do not. Recent, is she still currently involved in indiscernible? Do you have any knowledge about that? No, ma'am, I do not. Yes, ma'am. What are Xanax bars, Miss Bella Lava? We can find that out for you. Okay. And you'll know after lunch. Any other questions? All right. How about we take a lunch break till 1:30? Oh, wait. I had one question. Would anybody else here like to bring redacted back? No, no, no. Redacted or redacted, 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 excuse me, redacted. The only reason I have is that uh let's not do this in front of the witness, okay? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ross. Witness excused. Witness Jensen Ross recalled. Continued examination by Miss Belalovic. Jurors asked you a question earlier about what is Xanax. Yes, and were you able to find that out? Yes. During our break, I went back and I researched it and using what is referred to as a PDR, which is a physician's desk reference, and it identifies and gives drugs and everything like that. It identifies Xanax as a tranquilizer used in the short-term relief of symptoms of anxiety or the treatment of anxiety disorders. Okay. In possession of that without a prescription, someone could be charged with a felony. That is correct, Miss Belalovic. Okay. Or excuse me. All right. Thank you very much. Witness excused. Proceeding concluded 12:52 p.m. And then there's just basically the certificate. So anyway, that's the end of that. Anyway, thank goodness we got through that. I know it gets a little boring. It's just like going back and forth, and I didn't feel like saying the names back and forth, but I did some of them. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. I hope y'all are getting some value out of this. We need to keep Epstein stuff in the forefront so nobody forgets what he did. And then it also keeps us reminded of there's got to be other people that they sex traffic to. But I'm going to probably record a video of Ghislaine Maxwell's indictment. So stay tuned. Talk to y'all later. Bye.